So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. A first carry for Najee Harris. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Oh, that's a very good run there by Najee Harris, who can take it inside. He can get to the perimeter. He can do it all with his build and his speed. This is a guy coming out of Alabama who did everything for the Crimson Tide. That's why Pittsburgh took him in the first round. Last in the league in rushing as a team last year were the Steelers. They're expecting Harris to kickstart their running game.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They go play action with Roethlisberger. And he finds his target, Ebron. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 32-yard line. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They go play action now. Roethlisberger sliding out of the pocket. Going to throw deep for the end zone. He's got Claypool for a Steeler touchdown. Chase Claypool, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Oswald good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And there's a typical run by Josh Jacobs, one where as a defender, you have to make a decision about how you approach him because he's awfully physical with the ball in his hands. 12 touchdowns on the ground last year after 7 as a rookie, and he was a 1,000-yard rusher in each of his first 2 seasons. Wouldn't surprise me with enough touches, he can easily crack the 1,500-yard mark.
Running it with Jacobs. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Mika Fitzpatrick, the all-pro safety, up to make the play.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 41, Carr. That's into a crowd and intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So, CD, his very first pass of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no one thinks about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw wasn't a single interception because, oh, that's right, there were no defenders out there. A little bit different when there's live guys out there chasing the football.
Now a first down carry for Harris. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. He'll buy some time right. He's going to fire one. Corner of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. Chase Claypool, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
That one brought back a few nightmares because when a quarterback gets outside of the pocket, your job as a defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leak behind you for a big play. A nice job there having discipline and not letting them connect on that pass.
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. They got to get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Chris Boswell for the field goal of 49-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
From the 31, Carr. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. 1st down Vegas as Carr finds Ruggs that time.
And Henry Ruggs was the first wide receiver taken in the draft a year ago, and he absolutely fit the Raiders' profile of speed, speed, speed. Didn't have the immediate impact that they had hoped, just 26 catches. Hoping to up his game in 2021. He makes a nice catch there.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. He's to the 10 and all the way down to the 5. 54 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down. $10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. That's swung out wide to Harris. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On second down, it's Harris, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, second and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And he will find his man Ruggs. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. The handoff. Jacobs running to the left. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, a guy that runs with a lot of power. 3rd in the NFL last year in yards after contact, and breaks off a nice run there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Carlson now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10.
Makes the score Raiders 14, Steelers 10.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. A break there for this offense as they will get a chance to start at the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Here we go.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger. They'll roll him out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Defensively, they have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
At the 40-yard line.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Roethlisberger. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
96 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Carr now on first down. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Cameron Hayward in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Now on 2nd and 16, Carr. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On play action, it's Carr. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Here's 2nd and 10. Ben to throw again. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Back 20. When's the mic? Watch one. Alert, alert. Take both of them. Be good. Check.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Harris. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Harris. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. Oh, he fakes a spike. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Raider D, they get the football back. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
Carr now on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Throw left side complete. That's Edwards. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To throw his Carr. That's taken in by Callaway. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Edwards. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 2nd and 7, Carr. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. 104 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a third time. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. McLeod now on the return. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Back to the air, Roethlisberger after the pick six. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And this one's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that. And they force another incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Roethlisberger. Open man, completes it to Claypool. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
On 1st down, Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Steelers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead will shrink to 6. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Joe Schobert, number 4 in the NFL in tackles last year, in to make the stop. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Pass caught by Ruggs, middle of the field. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
And they'll put their first down.
They'll run on 1st down. Jacobs. And some space here. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a quick throw out wide to Ruggs. There he goes inside the 30, the 20. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
First down, Raiders.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Carr. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
2nd and 10. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Carr will look to throw. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back, now a hit and a loose football. So a turnover there on the kickoff, and don't look now, but that just made things a little more interesting.
Very interesting, because when you're trailing in a game, these are mistakes that you pray for. You just went down and scored. Now you get the football right back with another great opportunity.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And some room to work. And he will be taken down deep in Las Vegas territory. 104 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 1st down, and they go back to Harris. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Harris into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Steelers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Boswell for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score. Raiders 39, Steelers 24.
as well now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. They go with Jacobs. A 1st down and more for Jacobs. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
Watch the curl. Watch the curls. Let's go. Go.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover, because one more score, and this game's over.
Carr going to look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Steelers use the 1st of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Carr. Got an open man. It's QT. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. to throw. Carr. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On second down, Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Carr to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well, think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. McLeod now on the return. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now Roethlisberger. Pass complete to Harris. And he is out of bounds. 25 seconds to go as he does pick up a first. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Ben gonna throw. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Now Ben. He'll buy some time right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Second and 6. No, scratch that. Second and 7. Roethlisberger. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with the clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And this not always an easy proposition, Charles. You had a West Coast team that traveled east, but they got the job done.
And there's so much that goes into it because your body time and your body clock different from what you're used to west, because if you go east, you're going to lose up to 3 hours, right? So is your body going to be awake when it's time to play? A lot of teams actually rehearse it. They practice it. Maybe the week of the game, they move everything up to that time frame so guys get used to doing it that way. I remember when I played at Tennessee, when we had to go from east to west, our trainer, Tim Karen, said, leave your watches on East Coast time. Every piece of information we got was East Coast Standard Time. Try to psychologically tell us what to do, as well as prepare our bodies the same way.
So for Las Vegas, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.